What's up, you guys? Welcome back. So this video is actually inspired by you guys. I get asked a lot, what's my favorite this? What's my favorite that? So I thought this would be a fun little series that we can add to my channel. But just about anything. It could be makeup, hair care, skincare, fashion, anything like that. But I thought this would be a fun way to introduce it. And if you guys like it, then we can roll on the other ones. But with that being said, eyeshadows usually are one of my #1 asked questions. That and skincare, which I'm so happy about that skincare is really starting to shine in the beauty industry because it's so important. But truly, you guys really want to know eyeshadow palettes and what would be something good for every day and things like that. So in this video, I thought it'd be a really great way to introduce some of my neutral, natural, everyday palettes. A lot of us and a lot of my followers are everyday people. So I thought this would be like a perfect introduction. Let me tell you, it was so hard to narrow it down to my favorites, but I didn't want to overwhelm you guys. I didn't want to bore you guys either. I just wanted to get straight to the point and share a product that I truly think that you guys would love. So one of my #1 go-to favorites that I have in my collection right now is the Colourpop I Think I Love You palette. It is truly one of the best eyeshadow palettes, in my opinion, that I've ever had. 1, it's affordable. 2, it's great quality. You have a black, you have the lighter shades, and you have these beautiful, just like light to mid-tone shimmers that you can kind of play up from night to day, day to night. I just think this is amazing. I really don't think that there's been one look that I haven't done personally when I'm not recording that I haven't dug into this palette. If it's for a black, if it's for this lighter shade, like anything in here, I just constantly go in. So this would be a great option for you guys to get. And one of its like sister palettes that I think when you pair them together is like the best like jumbo palette that you can get. It's also from Colourpop. This is the Double Entendre. Even though these palettes are super similar, each palette had something a little different that the other one didn't have, and I couldn't decide. And I was so glad that I ended up getting both of them because they complement each other so well. These palettes are definitely a little bit more on the warmer side, but in this one specifically, you can still get some neutral tones. There's not really cool tones in here, just a little bit, but they're more like neutral tones. But these palettes together, I'm telling you, you can make any everyday look. Since we're already on Colourpop, I'm just going to move on to my next one, and that is the Going Coconut. So this is going to be newer in my collection since this is a newer palette. I am so glad I got this palette when I did. This is the best neutral palette. So many palettes nowadays come out just straight up warm, and as much as I love warm tones, a lot of people don't. Like, there are people out in the world who just like their cooler neutral tones, and this palette's going to give it to you, and they're going to have amazing mattes, amazing shimmers in here that again you can go from day to night. It is just a stunner, and again, the affordability of it, the quality on it, it just blows so many other eyeshadow palettes out in the water. The next palette I'm going to talk about is also from Colourpop, but it's the last one that I'm going to talk about from Colourpop. I'm honestly a true fan of Colourpop. I have been since the day that they came out. I've loved almost everything that they've come out with. I think they're just so much fun, and I love the affordableness of it, and again, the quality. But this was actually the first collection that I ever bought. They've come out with collections throughout the years, but I've never been one to just buy an entire collection. I usually pick and choose what I want, but this was the first one that I bought because everything in it was amazing. So this one's the brown sugar one. This was in collab with Karuchi. It's just so beautiful and so perfect. This palette right here is also another palette that can go from cool to warm. You have an amazing mixture in here. They're definitely a little bit more on the warm side, but you still have some cool tones in there that are so much fun and all complement each other well. This is a great palette for your medium to deeper skin tones, but me being light, I'm actually self-tan, so I don't look light, but I can get real light. This still looks amazing on the skin. I wonder if you guys can still get it on their website. I hope you can, because this is one of their best palettes that they ever came out with, and probably my favorite palette that they've ever collabed with somebody on. This is just like right up my alley for an everyday look. Now for a palette that literally I don't think I'll ever get over, like ever, and I think I need to buy another one just in case. And it's funny because this palette, when I purchased it, I only purchased it because of one shade. There was one shade in there that I just needed in my collection, so I was like, you know what? Buy the whole damn palette because you need that. Then once I got the palette, every single one of those shadows in there became one of my favorite. And it is the Dose of Colors Friendcation palette. We are no stranger to this, guys. This is one of the most beautiful eyeshadow palettes I own in my collection. everything about it. It is fun, but it's not intimidating. All of these fun shades in here are done in such a way that can be still incorporated into like a natural everyday look with some pop of color. Like they're not too out there. I feel like these tones are so wearable for literally anybody. And Dose of Colors formula on this. Now I haven't really used and played with all the other palettes from Dose of Colors, but this palette in particular, these are some of my favorite eyeshadow formulas that I've ever played with, especially these guys. I want to say that these are similar, or if not, are the same formula as the Dose of Colors Block Party eyeshadows. Now, those are my absolute favorite formula in the world. Like in the world, I own like 10 of them. They are just amazing. But this palette, I don't think I could ever get over it. And this color right here is the one that I was telling you about that I just went and bought it because I was like, I don't have anything in my collection that looks like this. It's called Just a Kiss. It is the best. I have even wrote to Dose of Colors on Twitter saying that you need to make this a single shadow because everybody in the world loves this shade. Like everybody. It is so beautiful on every skin tone. It's insane. They did such an amazing job of this, but this in general. Now this palette is a little bit more recent in my collection as well. I've had it for a few months, but it's still worthy of being talked about. This is the Natasha Denona Biba palette. Can we take a moment? Look at it. You have your warms, you have your rosies, and you have your cools. And this palette, just the way it's set up, I look at it and I just feel so inspired to create just anything. You have beautiful formulas from mattes and shimmers to this newer formula that she has. It's kind of like it's such a creamy matte. It's beautiful. Now, Natasha Denona is definitely known for her expensive palettes. They are pretty expensive, but the quality that you are getting with these palettes are just phenomenal. I feel like if you were able to get your hands on it just to feel the formula and see the colors in person, you would truly only ever need this palette forever. There's really everything in this palette that you would need to create for a day-to-day look, especially adding that black in. I swear once you put a black in, you don't need anything else. Everything else is here for you. So this is definitely something that you should look into because it is gorgeous. Continuing the trend with Natasha Denona, again, I know that she is expensive and not everybody can afford it. But one thing that I truly love that she does is give an affordable option, and that's her minis. I'm constantly recommending these to people who want to try Natasha Denona palettes, who just want a mini palette, something to travel with, something that is not overwhelming but gets the job done for an everyday look. These are your guys. So I'm going to open them really quick. These two that I have in my hand specifically, this one is the mini nude and then this one is the mini glam. So this one's newer in my collection. I've had it for a few weeks now. I've used it a few times. It's actually on my eyes right now. So I definitely have some things to say about these. So one you can see is obviously a lot more warm and this one is definitely more on the neutral side. So these palettes will definitely give you similar looks, but it just depends on what kind of tones you're looking for. So for this, you could still go day to night, but it's going to be a warmer version. And the same thing, you could go day to night, but it's going to be a neutral version. One thing in particular that I like about this one is I don't think in my collection, as of now, that I own anything like this one. A lot of my palettes go warm, a lot of my palettes go cool, but I just don't have anything like this that just straight up goes neutral. And I want to get a little closer for you guys to see the eyes. It is just so stunning and soft and beautiful, and you could create so many looks with this and they will just go with anything. She really did such an amazing job on this palette. I love it. And then going back to how mini these are like the first things that I put in my travel. Like anytime I'm going on a vacation, I'm sleeping over somewhere, I'm doing something that I know I'm gonna have to do my makeup later, these are always the first ones to go into my bag. And for one of my last palettes to share with you guys today, it's another little mini travel friendly guy. This is from Viseart. I love Viseart's palettes. Their eyeshadows are so amazing. They're definitely more on the expensive end as well, but when you guys get yourself a little mini, they could be a little bit more affordable. So this one's the apricot one, and I just love it. You get so many beautiful mini shades, and you have a nicer range of colors, so you can go from day to night. This is a beautiful warm palette. I'm a sucker for warms. Warms are my favorite, so especially in the summertime. I cannot wait to be extra tan, glistening, having this on my skin. Oranges, peaches, anything in this family is actually one of my favorites to wear for makeup. So this palette is just like, it's everything for me. Another one of the things that I love about this palette is these guys actually pop right out. So if you have like a mini Z palette that you like to travel with, or just like any type of magnetic case, you could just take them out, pop them in, and then you're set. So I think that's really, really cool about these as well. But I just love the packaging on this too. Like, can this not get any cuter? It's my fave. But that concludes like my favorite everyday nude natural earth tone palettes. It was again so hard for me to choose because I have so many favorite palettes in my collection, but I really truly think that if you were to buy any one of these, you could not go wrong. Whether you're on a budget and you need something a little bit more affordable friendly, or you're a collector and you really want the most extravagant, amazing quality eyeshadows in your palette, or if you're someone who's just a traveler and you need something light and easy to take with you, these would all be my favorite recommendations for you guys. But that is it for this video. If you guys did like this and you want to see this type of series on my channel, go ahead and like this and put a comment down below what you'd like to see next. And let me know in the comments below what your personal favorite neutral, natural, everyday palettes are. I'm always on the hunt. I'm always looking for some more. But that is it. That's all I got for you guys. Do not forget to like, comment, and subscribe to all of my videos if you guys like to see more. Do not forget to follow me on Instagram. My name is Devon on there as well. And that's it. I will see you guys all in the next video. Bye.